Everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to EA Tetragrammaton. This is turn 35. Let's jump into things. Okay, so not a whole lot going on this turn in our battle report, but jump through things. We've completed Thaumaturgy 3 on our way to 4. Voice of Apsu and Dark Knowledge found nothing. We get to witness some battles between other nations. Let's watch this. Han versus Kailasa. This is just a small force of Meneids and White Centaurs going up against Province Defense. So, whop! Lightning! They are almost on before the Meneids are. That's scary. Alright, we've got Lanka versus Yomi. Alright, so we've got a small force of Whites from Yomi. We've got a bunch of Ao Onis, and we've got a Dai Oni, leading a force against a very small kind of reserve force that's actually just retreating. So, interesting. Yep. So, that was basically just there to hold if Yomi didn't attack, but Yomi did attack. Basically just trying to pin down that fort. And then we have a battle in the Fortress of the Trackless Wastes. So we are up against basically nothing. We've got some archers. We start zapping. We kick some assin. Done and done. We lose nothing there. We have something went horribly wrong when one of your unfortunate mages attempted a spell gleaned from a forbidden tome. So we have an assassination attempt on Ishib 1. Watch that. And that's bad news. It's a thing from beyond. These guys are bad news primarily because of this right here. Because, boom, paralyzed. So, see how this works out. Now, he does only have 10 of these, so in theory, it's possible that he runs out and then very slowly makes his way towards us, and we are able to... Nope, we're routed. Okay. Took like 4 damage, got routed. Lost an eye? Jeez. Okay. Well, Ishib 1 has fallen. Unfortunate. We have an unexpected event in Bel. It's truly a land of plenty. Since people no longer have to work for food, they are becoming less industrious. Some people just hang around waiting for something to happen. So we've got sloth +3 and resource decrease. This is not... Oh, it's not the worst thing in existence, but it's not fun. And then we have a lack of supplies in the Trackless Waste. Okay, so what are we doing? First thing to note is this massive army from Yomi. It's moved into the capital, so it is within 2 turn striking distance of us in Trackless Wastes. And I done goofed. I goofed 4 turns ago when I started bringing this army in and didn't bring it in prepared. I knew the potential problems. I just was greedy and didn't want to alter my timeline. So now we have a crap ton of diseases, way more wounds than we did previously. This is going to end poorly. And what we're going to do is we're just going to pull out. Because we cannot afford to continue to take wounds or to take diseases. So it's kind of a better late than never policy. We're pulling the army from Trackless Waste into Delka. We're going to leave a very token province defense here. Because almost anything that he sends is going to pop this fort in one go. We are reinforcing with Galas and Gudus from Agartha and from Perenna. So we're bringing in 4 more air Gudus and 1 more earth Gudu, and then 3 Galas, along with 4 bags of wine. So this should mean that we have plenty of resources for however we want to divide up the forces, because keep in mind we do have 2 NCs and Masanapana. We could split this force into many different raiding parties at a moment's notice. But basically we're going to reconvene in Delca, have that supply, try to figure out where he's going, right? And then use that to our advantage in our moves forward. Okay? Again, we should have just done this. We should have delayed our invasion by a turn. And I should have put that together in the first place. It was very dumb of me not to. But hindsight is 20/20. Okay, what else are we doing? We are moving around some Enkidu Elders. We are researching with NC2, actually. We're not immediately jumping south to attack Kailasa, partially because I'm not going to make the same mistake twice. We're forging some endless bags of wine. They'll be going with NC2's army, okay? When he leaves out next turn. In the meantime, recruitment-wise, we're finishing off this NC, getting more units here in We're getting some more units to pad things out in Könberg. The Könberg army is probably going to head south towards Kailasan lands. This next army, which is probably going to wait around for a couple turns, is probably going to head up to Yomi and see what we have to do there. Kind of depends on the situation. But the other important thing that we're doing is this stuff, the forging. So we're forging some earth boots, and we're forging a thistle mace this turn. The thistle mace, coupled with a dwarven hammer, is going to allow us to do a couple of different things. We're probably going to do a thistle mace this turn, and a thistle mace next turn, likely. Though we might not do it on our god. We might do it on someone else, while our god does something else. And basically, our plan there is just to open up our path access via the Earth Boots and the Thistle Mace. So that gets us Earth 3 out of battle. It gets us Nature 2 out of battle in easy situations. And it just allows for opportunities. We are finishing up this Enkidu Shaman, so have that next turn. And we are finalizing where we're going. We are going to go up Alteration. That is the decision. Now, we might change this, but I think it's likely that Alteration is where we really focus. I think getting 6, right, is kind of going to be good for us with Transformation. I think even with our Misfortune scales, I think we can try to rig it. And even if we don't rig it, I just think it's going to be super valuable to get a couple of transformations off and then probably chill on it, you know? But past Alteration 6 at Alteration 7, Mass Protection and Creeping Doom, I think, are going to be incredibly useful for us in the long. Marble Warriors is a pretty awesome stopgap as well for scenarios where we're not utilizing Mass Protection. Or even if we are using Mass Protection, you can layer the two. It's just whichever one's better over. So that's pretty good. This also does get us the direction of Army of Gold, Army of Lead, which we can get to, though it is challenging. Possible. I mean, we obviously we have it on our god already, but I mean, like, for other casters, other easy casters, basically. Okay, so that is pretty much the turn, honestly. There's not a whole lot else going on. We're moving our first shaman out to kind of site search and see how things go. We're recruiting another one, so in 2 turns, hopefully we're gonna be able to figure something out. Hopefully we get some astral pearls sooner rather than later, some income sooner rather than later, and we can start arcane probing. Voice of Apsu and Dark Knowledge are going out. We got a Enchantress. We're getting another Enchantress because this Enchantress still didn't roll double fire. I don't honestly expect us to roll double fire, but it's at this point where we might as well just make Enchantresses for a little bit. They're all getting... Well, they don't all have to get it, but they're all getting... Right now, they're all getting... nature, so in theory we can very easily transformation them as well. So just toss a Thistle Mace over to them, have them cast transformation, and suddenly we can turn these pretty expensive upkeep cost enchantresses into kind of whatevers. So I feel like it's worth fishing for the fire until, like I said, we get to that point to where we have 30, and once we have 30, we might as well just empower one and go from there. There that goes. All right, that is pretty much the turn. I will see you all next time. Bye, everybody.